Hey, welcome to week two. This week we're going to start in chapter one, and I want to share my screen real quick and just show you kind of what to expect, and go over the things that we're doing. So I know on your screen right now it's going to show hidden, but by the time you're actually watching this video, it won't be. Um, so we have our second Blackboard board orientation to do. And in the beginning of chapter one, it opens up talking about personality tests, personality assessments, and how we can work on ourselves to become good or better business owners. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do, chapter one, 2 weeks. And this week we're going to start, next week we're going to finish. So this week we're opening up with the personality assessment. So I'm asking you to do three different personality assessments: Myers-Briggs, DISC, and Enneagram. There are direct links inside of each assignment to take you directly to the free assessment. I don't want you paying for anything. When you get the Myers-Briggs, your result will be in a um, four-letter, not a phrase, but like IMA, my letters are INFJ, and they mean something, and we'll talk about that later. So you're going to get it to the end of it, and your result will be a series of four letters, and probably will give you you're a, and then give you a title, like you're an advocate, you're a entrepreneur, you're a, um, I forget the other ones. So what I'm asking you to do for that is to, once you get the result, to screenshot that result, and that's what you're going to upload here. There is no right or wrong answer. It's did you do it or did you not? So, starting out with good grades, this is the easiest way for you to do that. If you do it by the deadline, you get full credit. If you don't do it, you don't. You have to turn in the screenshot of your results though. So, DISC assessment, there's only um four possible answers, and they'll give you a word like clarity or something. Same thing. Screenshot that, upload that file into the assignment link, and then Enneagram. You're going to get a number 1 through 9. You may also get something called a wing. So, like I'm an 8, and it's like an 8 wing 9, 8 wing 7. Um, what you need to make sure that you're screenshotting is that number. You may get to the screen and it show you a pie chart with all these numbers sticking out, and one piece of the pie is bigger, and then a small paragraph, and it says like eights are typically whatever. That's fine for Enneagram. Sometimes it doesn't just show you the number, it kind of hides it on that page. That's fine. We need to know what your number is, and we need it from that screenshot. So you have a discussion question due. We're talking about the dream business that you want to open. Also, I need you to read chapter one. Inside of every chapter in Stu Kent, there are what we call check your understanding questions. They pop up as you're reading. So you'll read a little bit and then a question will pop up. And you answer the question, you move on. It's just one question at a time, usually. And it is making sure that you're understanding what we're talking about. The thing is, though, you you need to do it until you get it right. Don't guess, obviously, but we don't want to move to the next set of reading material or in the next section in the chapter until you've gotten that check your understanding question right. You will get a grade on those check your understanding questions. And the only way to get to them is through the chapter itself. So I want you to get what we call it learning through mastery. So you do it until you get it right. You don't just have one shot and maybe you get it right and maybe you don't, and then you have to move on. I don't want you moving on to the next section of the chapter until you get that question right. So you have unlimited attempts per question. It's still due on Sunday like everything else, though. So read the chapter. As you're reading it, answer those questions as they come up. Once you get to the end of the chapter, then the check your understanding questions are done. It's not the same as a quiz, but it does help you prepare for the quiz. And we'll take the quiz next week, so don't worry about that. There's also another reflection. I'm not going to ask you to write a note to yourself this time like we did last week, but there's a reflection on how you did. Did you plan your time wisely? La da da da. Also, we're starting with a pause, plan, and commit to doing what you have to do to make sure that you get it all done. And then once you get it all done, the last thing you do is the reflection. So you get the list of things to do. So you get to see that, and then you then commit to doing what you have to do to get all that done. And then once it's done, you reflect back. How'd I do? What do I need to work on? Man, I really waited to too late to do everything and I was rushing. Whatever. Be honest with yourself and be honest with me. On these reflections, as long as you're giving me what I'm asking, there's not a right or wrong answer because you're reflecting on how you did or how you wished you would have done or you're planning or so these should be pretty self-explanatory, but also, dare I say the word easy, the commitment and the reflection. Um, I want us to, entrepreneurs have to work on ourselves all the time, all the time. Business owners have to become better for their customers, for their employees, and that starts now. So we're committing to doing great, to doing better, to doing what we have to do to successfully complete everything. And then at the end, we're reflecting back very briefly. Man, I just waited to the last minute. I shouldn't have. Whatever that is for you. Okay. So you're going to read the list of things to do, do your commitment, Blackboard orientation, those three personality assessments, which should be very quick, I'm not going to say quick or short, but they're not incredibly long either. Like they're not 3 hours long. They're not something like that. Um, Make sure you're only getting credit if you do the screenshot, though. I need the screenshot of your answers. And then you're going to have a discussion question where we'll all talk back and forth together. You have to answer the discussion question given to you. And in order to get full credit, you also have to respond to two classmates' posts. There's more information about that in the discussion. Um, Read the chapter and do the check your understanding questions throughout. And then when you have everything done, go ahead and do your reflection. Okay? So, if you have any questions, comments, sarcastic remarks, whatever, um, holler at me. I'll be glad to help. Um, you'll also start to see something in the achievements tab in our class. There are badges that you can earn throughout the semester. And the first one is if you got everything completed by the deadline in week one. The second one is the Blackboard orientation. So there are two Blackboard orientations, the one in week one and the one in week two. If you successfully complete those with a high enough score, not 100, I think the score is like 80% or better, then you get the Blackboard orientation badge. So you'll see those pop up periodically, not every week, but you'll see them pop up periodically. So the first two badges are a strong start badge, making sure you got everything done in week one. And the second one is your Blackboard badge. So if you have any questions, comments, whatever, holler at me and I'll talk to you soon.